Well, hello there, Fluffy. How you doing? Well, you looking awful majestic right there. And hey, Spooky. I love you too. You guys want some treats from your viewers and fans? They love you. Fluffy, you sit up just like a dog. On that head rub. Well, here you go. Here's a few for Spooky. Here's a few for you. Now, Fluffy, you're being a hog. Yeah. You're special. Yeah, I will say, you're the star of the show, you and Spooky. Cleo will be around a little bit later. She comes in after dark. She still don't get along with Fluffy. And Fluffy's still got to go to the vet. I was wanting to take him, but other things cropped up. So we'll try to shoot for next week. Get him up to the vet, get him all checked out. And hey, don't say nothing. He's got to get snipped. So he'll fit in better, don't you know? He sure does love those treats. Yes, he does. And I want you to know, they, like I, appreciate y'all for sending them to them. But you don't have to. In fact, just yesterday, we got a bag of kitty food for the kitty crew and little princess of the house. And another tub of treats. I'm not sure who sent them. That's what I want to talk about today, along with some other things. If you don't mind, and you got a minute to sit and chat. You, my Fluffy, you're such a big boy. Yes, you are. You and Spooky pals now. You gonna go play? No, you're gonna stay right underneath Papa, aren't you? Well, that's okay. You sit here and we'll talk to friends and family if they show up, okay? So today was a beautiful day in Mr. Tom's neighborhood. As you can see, as the sun's starting to descend below the tree line to the west, that clear blue sky, not a cloud to be seen. And it was 78 degrees. I mean, that's almost paradise. The mornings are crisp in the high 30s. You just can't beat it. I'll take these days any days. How about all of you? Let me know in the comments below the video how your weather is. And are you enjoying these fall time temps? Because it won't be long, they say, until the cold winds of winter come. They're on their way. What you doing there, Fluffy? Boy, you ate those treats up really fast. Yes, you did. Oh, hello there, friends and family. As you can see, we're out here sitting on the front porch. It's been a while since we've been out here sitting. Well, I come out here about 3 times a day to spend the time with the kitty crew and walk around, pick up the yard, stuff of that nature. And we'll be doing more of that tomorrow. And if you'd like to walk with me sometimes as we pick up the yard and do our outdoor chores, I'll be more than glad to take you. But yeah, I want to thank all of y'all for the things you do for the kitty crew and for me too. Like I say, somebody was so kind to send them a big bag of food and a tub of treats. Y'all don't have to. I make sure they don't do without. But it was just like last week. I'm not really sure who. I think I know. But somebody was so kind, and it blew my mind. They sent me a big box from Omaha Steaks, chock full of all kinds of meats. Now, I had to get them right in the freezer because they were starting to defrost. But that's something I'd like to talk about. Because like the week before, I got a Halloween care package too. That was really awesome. And I'm always here and there getting cards and letters. And I've struggled with just how I should thank all of y'all. You know? I really would like to thank everyone personally. Now I want to come up with a way. Now I can do it in the comments if y'all let me know. Sometimes you do. Most times you don't. Or, through email. Let me know. Because I really do appreciate it. I know you don't have to. And with the postage the way that it is now, yeah, you really shouldn't. The post office is really starting to screw us over. But I can't say thank you enough. Not only for that, but for all your thoughts and prayers that have got me through some really difficult times here in the last couple of years. Can't thank y'all enough, because I know for a fact that I probably wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for all of you and your thoughts and prayers. I read about them all the time in the comments below the videos. So yeah, if you got suggestions of how you would like me to proceed in making sure, I thank you for what you do. And I'd like to say right now, we're all fixed up. The kitty crew has plenty of food and treats. I have plenty of food and meats now. We don't need a thing. And that's partly because of me and partly because of all of you. I don't know what I would have done without all of you. But we're all fixed up, and I wanted to let you know. We're ready to go into the winter. And we're going to be doing a lot more cooking and showing you. And some of it's going to be sort of off the wall. From back in my great-grandmother's day, my grandmother's. Because they were really affected and they never came out of it by the Great Depression. How they cooked, what they cooked, and how they prepared it was way different than anything we do now. I mean, some of the ingredients are the same, but they weren't loading on all kinds of these expensive spices. Half bottle of this, quarter bottle of that. No. But it was still very tasty, and it filled you up. And in these trying times, that's the most important thing with grocery and food prices where they are. So yeah, and something else I was thinking about that I wanted to discuss with all of y'all. It's just like the video I did previously on the Mountain House. The bestseller kit with the freeze-dried food pouches that were 18 years old, with a best buy date of 10 years. You see, from the get-go, because I've had a lot of experience at Mountain House over all these years, I knew it was going to be safe. As long as it didn't have holes in it, it was stored properly. And you always check it. You always give it a sniff. And what I recommend with any food that you're going to store for long term, buy some, eat some, so you know later on what it should be smelling like, looking like, before you just start putting it up in the shelves. First of all, it's great to have some long-term food storage, but if what you put back you only eat if you're starving to death, well, that might not be your best money spent. And freeze-dried food for me, I all started out with backpacking and camping. And then I got to thinking, it'd be nice to have some of this set back just in case, because I've lost my job a few times when funds were not adequate to carry on, to put it lightly. And I've had things crop up, like accidents that have knocked me back and knocked me down. So it was always nice to know that at least we wasn't going to starve tomorrow. And I think that's all pretty germane about what's been happening here this year and what's currently happening with the government shutdown. As many of you know, I try to avoid the news as much as possible anymore, but it's hard to get past the fact that the government shut down. I don't want to get political. I got no stick in the fight. But there are people who have their benefits, their paychecks, and stuff withheld. And there's a lot of people in America that live paycheck to paycheck. They weekly grocery shop, not because they want to, because they have to. And then with whether it's your paycheck, your Social Security check, your SNAP, your EBT, or what have you, isn't coming that month, yeah, there you go. You're in that predicament of where do you go, what do you eat, and how do you get by before the next check arrives. And I've actually experienced that twice in my lifetime, though it has been a long, long time ago. So I know what it feels like to go to that cupboard, look in your wallet, look over your checkbook, and go, there ain't much happening here. And this was back in a time when there wasn't a lot of food banks, wasn't a lot of NGOs, and all of that. And because of income levels and possessions I owned, if you know anything about the entitlement programs, that's all income based, and here in the state of Alabama, they count your property. You can only have so much cash in the bank, so much new of a car, or your car, what it's worth, whether you own or rent, it all plays into a factor. Or whether you can actually get SNAP or EBT. I never qualified. It's like I often say, I wasn't rich. I was broke, but I wasn't broke enough to get any help. And in a way, that just turned out okay. It inspired me and forced me to find a way. And that wasn't through stealing, what have you. It was through doing any job in the interim that I could find to make a buck. And that's just what I did. And I always come through it, thankfully for my determination and by the grace of God. Because in the end, that's whose hands we need to leave it all in. Now back to the food as I'm rambling on. Yeah, I brought that up. I was cleaning out the closet and I found it there, and I hadn't remembered it in probably 15 years that it was even back there. But I do videos like that, not for clicks and views, but for educational and inspirational purposes. So you'll know, based on my past experience, not something I've read or heard from others, what you can do, and it'll be okay. You don't got to have fear and worry. You can put it away. And I like freeze-dried food. It is expensive, way more now than what it was when I bought that. And I have a little more put back. But you can buy the freeze-dried food, you can put it away, and you just forget about it for 30 years. It'll be okay. Maybe even longer than that. That's why I also told you what spoils food. Number 1, bacteria. Number 2, light. Maybe number 3. But number 2 being oxygen, oxidizing it. That deteriorates the food, changes the color, the texture. But with freeze-dried foods and those Mylar pouches or in number 10 cans, you don't get any of that. You don't get any of the light, the oxidation, the moisture, the bacteria. As long as whatever the container is still airtight and secure. And those are in pristine condition. Never above probably 78 degrees, never below freezing. The optimum conditions for long-term food storage. But there's many other ways you can go, especially if you'll be diligent about rotating. Go with canned goods, box goods. They last, as I've showed you in previous videos over the years, a long, long time with no ill effects. And that's one thing I won't do here. I won't show you something, and I don't pretend. And if it causes me a problem, I'll let you know on the next video. Yes, I will. Or you won't ever see the video where I was caused a problem, because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't risk your life. And in all truth, I don't risk my own. That's where that experience over my past tells me what I can do and how safe it is. Because someone mentioned, well, didn't I just have a health fiasco just a few months ago? Well, yes, I did. But that wasn't from eating, from anything in my house. In fact, we still don't know to this day exactly what the cause of that was. I wish I did, but you can only throw so much money at a thing before you say, well, I hope it doesn't ever happen again. And I hope and pray it never will. See, I get out here and I ramble along. And I know many of y'all came to see the old man back when he was doing a lot of gardening. And I was doing some gardening this year. But we had a real severe drought for a long, long time. When I went into the hospital, I didn't think about it to tell the kids. Kids didn't think about it, of course. And it all burned up. But that was okay. It wasn't much. You know, you all saw it. There's some pepper plants, some tomato plants. And, you know, we'll get by. But just wanted to come out here today and reaffirm with all of you and thank you for everything that you do. And also let y'all know why I do some of these things and don't worry so much. I mean, a lot of this is done for my children and my grandchildren, and now you, my friends and family. If I can come up with something, or I know something to educate you, inspire you, alleviate your fears and your worries, that's what I'd rather do than come out here every day telling you all the bad news, how you're going to die, how you're going to starve in the next coming days, months, or years. That's just not me. If you want to listen and watch all of that and let that affect your life, I mean, granted, you shouldn't bury your head in the sand. You should be aware of things. But don't live your life in fear. Live your life prepared as the best you can. And then put your faith in God. And in the end, it will be as it should be. So yeah, y'all, just a follow-up video. And if you'd like to see more about food storage, what I do, what I keep here, what I recommend, let me know in the comments below the video. And once again, until the kitty crew, you soft, fluffy, and spooky, and I'll try to catch Gracie awake. She sleeps a lot. You know, the little princess of the house. And maybe Cleo, when she comes in the evening from gallivanting around. And we'll do a kitty video if you want to. I know a lot of you love the kitties too. But I try to keep it a good mix. Let me know what you'd like to see on that next episode of Mr. Tom's Neighborhood. So hey, I gotta go in. That sun fell behind the tree line and the temperature's dropping fast. It's getting chilly, and it'll be a chilly night. So until we do see you, y'all take care, stay safe out there. May God bless you all as you bless those in your lives. Thank you for everything you do for me and the kitty crew. We love you for it. So I must bid you adieu. Goodbye for now. Fluffy, I'll go in and get your food, okay? You wait right there. What happened to Spooky? Where you at, Spooky? Oh, you over laying over there on your cardboard? Yep, under the holly bush. Oh no, the blueberry bush. I'm losing my mind. Ain't I fluffy? You're just my boy. You and Spooky, you keep me company every day. Well, let me go check on Gracie, okay? Yep, they're trying to get in those treats. Don't know what they put in these, but they love them to death. Thank y'all. Later all.